Hey everyone, welcome to Arch's Garage, and this is another video, one more video on the series of it's a nice MTD machine, and it's the Caldor MTD. So I think we got maybe one more video after this one. We're getting there. I didn't forget about everybody and remind everybody that it's going to be the last video in the series where I'll announce the winner to the SuperClean challenge. This is a big project, a little bit bigger than I figured it would be. But hang in there, we're almost done. In this video we're going to look at a few more things. We're going to make some modifications to it, and then I think we got one more video coming up, and I think it'll be in that video, the next video, where I'm going to announce the winner. So stay tuned, let's get to work on this thing. We got some more to do. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, but like I said, it's a lot of work, and I've been really busy, so once again guys, I apologize. It's hard. It won't go a lot of times. It takes a while. Yeah, once you get it to go though, it'll go. I got the other one. These should come off on a regular basis, and they should be greased well with an anti-seize. These shafts. Otherwise you never get this stuff off. There's a lot of junk stuck in here, though. We're going to come back in and pressure wash again and clean again. We'll do the motor. We'll jack up back here. There's also a lot of junk stuck in the front axle assembly technique. This is really nice. Just I buy, roll, abrasive roll, and a little bit of, cleaning solution. A little gas or oil or whatever, and solvent, and we're just going to dress it, make sure it's polished out and there's no rust on it. Just keep wiping it, getting it clean, and then we'll put on some grease. This one's got a little bit of rust on it, but we can always paint, change the color at a later date. Like I said, we got to prove out the mechanics of it, make sure everything is okay, and then we'll purdy it up another time. So I'm just going to work on, passing some cleaners through it. I've got to get the inside of this cleaned out. You always got to do that, right? Because there's always junk and rust and debris in there. Now this should be some soapy water. Just want to get the bead wet. Here it goes. Okay. Alright, the rim's a little bit yucky inside. Alright, let's try out my new tool. What it is there's a lot of Kevlar in here, right? Look, a lot. Somebody put something in here to try to stop it up. It's a lot of these, like slime and stuff, they put Kevlar in. Kevlar and other fibers, there's just too much of it in here. So I cleaned the area around the hole, scraped it, wire brushed it. And so now let's just put a little bit of soapy water. I think it's just water. I don't even think there's soap on this. We shouldn't really need much. So this tool I've never used before is another one I picked up. I didn't have a lot of these tools. I used to struggle with this stuff. Anyway, idea right now is just to kind of hold the bead down. Eventually I'll get the thing that I need. Now, I don't know if it goes this way. Yeah, that's better. All right, let's put a little bit of juice on it. There might be some soap in it. Let's leave the Kevlar in there for now, and we should just be able to pull up, or push down rather, which it'll pull up. Yep, it went in. Perfect. So much nicer having tools that work, and this is a decent one. And it wasn't even that expensive. It's simple. All right, now we got to see if I can put air in it, right? Especially now that I've been pushing it down. Now, this side, the bead's okay. And because there's so much gook on it, Another thing I need to get is I need to get a clamp-on style air chuck. I don't have one of those too, so I got to put that on the list. It's amazing how much stuff I don't have. Let's just see what happens. It's gonna pop. It might be working. I don't know. Feels like it might be working. It's so close. Try to knock the rim in a little bit. Because one side is seated, so we should be able to just push that rim in a little bit more. And that might work. We just need a little bit of a seal here, brother. There we go. Okay, now let's get our gauge. Now if it leaks, we'll put more Kevlar in. Okay, so what do you think, 10 pounds? 14? 12 PSI. Good, then we got a nice fresh valve. We'll put it to 10 PSI, give it a little bit of a bounce. All right, what do you think? Right? That tire is shot. Now we could try to fix it. We could put a, I mean, it's bad. I blew it out. I over-pressured it. All right. You'd have to put, yeah, even you can't fix that. It's going to come off. Look at the size of that hole. All right. Now these are 16 by 7.5 by 8. Right. And this is much bigger. This is 16 by 9.5 by 8. Right. And the rim is different. It's got a little different offset. Right. That's the back side of the rim, which is more like the front side of this rim. So you can see, right? So it's actually, if we turn around the other way, this rim would actually put the tire in probably a little deeper in. So I don't think we could use these rims with this size tire. Now, of course, you could buy tires, but why, right? This is a cheap thing. I'm probably not going to sell it. Nobody's going to want it, right? And I've already parted out. I don't have any other tires that I want to sacrifice. It looks pretty badass, and I even have some tires for the front. Let me go look at those real quick. Hold on. Now it's a little taller, right? But I think it would level everything out, but it might look really cool with the big and littles. It's basically the same. These have real bearings in here, and there's better spindles on that other chassis, so we may want those too. So what's happening? All right. So this lever here. Okay, it was the deck adjustment and disengage. And so when you bring it all the way up, it actually shoves the deck forward and loosens the belt. All right, otherwise it just goes up and down. So only in this position there is some interference with the tire. It's not a lot. And it's right there on one of the bolting areas. So what if we just cut that off and re-drilled and bolted it and made some clearance and put these tires on and see what happens. Now, we could test it without doing that first. We just have to, you can't really drive. I mean, it spins, it just rubs, right? So we don't want to do that for too long. But with the deck down in a normal position, it won't rub, but you need to be able to disengage the blades, and this is how it works. So I'm thinking we'll cut that. Let's modify the tractor. Look at how badass it looks, right? You know, customize it a little bit. Let's get this thing kind of badassery. Now, I'm thinking going back to these tires, they're in a little bit better shape. Not much, but in a little bit better shape. This one's got a big bulbous plug in it, but it's holding air for the most part. We'll put some juice in it, some stop leak in there and everything. And I think it'd be fun, right? I think it would look badass. Yeah, big butt. Can't hurt anything. It may not cut. I mean, the height is going to be a little off, but so what? Who cares? You're cutting a lawn, right? Let's have some fun with it. For now, what I did was I measured off this. This is just basically it's a spacer. It was on the other machine. I added a washer, and we just want to kind of clear this bracket. Now, the back part of the bracket's strong, and it's probably overkill for what it's doing. But this piece of the bracket here. This is not that strong, and it's kind of set up like on a spring. Anyhow, it allows you to flex it. It's got to, right? So that's why it's got to be thinner. So I don't know how we would strengthen that. I mean, you could put another bolt here, like a bolt in here, and then cut that. Just move it over a little bit. Anyway, for now, you know, maybe like right here. Okay, so for now, we got to leave it the way it is. It's the only time it would have hit a rub is when it's all the way up in the disengage, right? As you come down this way, it's completely out of the way. So we'll review that later. Let's get this tire on. Let's get it down. Let's take a look at it. Let's get some testing done. Let's get started. Definitely different than being on my other tractor. So we're in neutral. We're gonna pull a little choke. All right, everything is disengaged. We'll give it a little bit of throttle. Put choke in. Might be no good. Okay, I think we should jack it up and run it through its gears, because something's not right. It's not moving. Alright, as far as I can tell, it's okay. What it is the speed controller, which is really tensioning the belt against this, right? So it's allowing how much tension is being placed on it, or something like that. I don't know, it's some kind of idler in there. So I can't see it because the deck is in the way, and I'd have to. That might be a problem, all right? Getting the deck down, I know it was a problem in the other machine, but we'll cross that bridge later. Everything seems to be okay. I lubed up the input shaft and everything over here. I don't think the brakes are any good now because I lubed it. You know, I didn't try to lube the brake, but I had a lube in that area. Let's get started. Deck is out. The cutting deck is out of the way, so that's not an issue. I did see it spin. It spun fine. Now we may have an issue with this because I had it leaning and it may not have enough gas in it. A little bit of choke. Gotta warm up. All right, believe it or not, I think it's running really good. It's definitely running better. It's correct. This, I think, is stuck. Oh, this one's stuck. Why is it stuck? A little bit more until I loosen the belt. Why is that stuck? There it goes. I think it's just stuck on the belt. Yeah. Let me spray some lube up in those bearings. I just need some love. I'll just put some lube up in here. Yeah, the thing's it's just stuck. It's liquid wrenches, chain, and cable lube. And we'll want to see if the light works too. But right now, deck is up. You should be able to start it. One light works. Get it!
Eventually.
Hey guys, end of the day report. Sorry for the noise, the AC's on. Right, and it's right behind you. And it's hot, and I'm hot. But it's running good. There's no brake. No real parking brake. That's bad. The brakes kind of work. Now all the gears are working, right? Because she's waking up and the pulleys and yeah, we had to unstick her and all that, and she's all jammed up. We had a lot of issues with, multiple failures on electrical system. It is leaking oil somewhere from the front. It could be underneath the valve cover. Could have a crack block. It's leaking, and it leaks down underneath the head in the front, and I'll show you tomorrow. It's not a lot, okay, because there's oil in it, but it could be gaskets, as we're going to put some diesel fluid in there or some Caro, just a little bit, run it around a little bit more, let it get nice and hot, run it around, get at the seals. It might swell the seals, plus it'll clean out the engine. Then we'll do the oil change. All right, meantime, tomorrow, right, I'm going to work on it one more day at least. I want to get it a few more things checked out. We'll make a plan for tomorrow. But she seems like a good tractor. It's not wobbly or anything. It's actually comfortable, right? It's fairly comfortable. It's more comfortable than my Jacobsen Homelight, which is in a lot of ways a better machine. It's a really nice machine. But this is, you're up a little higher, you're away from the dirt a little bit more. We also want to get the cover, either make a cover for this, or for now I'm just going to steal the flapper from it, the discharge flapper, so that, you know, we can deflect a little bit. This thing spins really scary fast. It has really nice bearings on it, nice pulleys, and we have another set. We probably have some halfway decent, you know, belts. I like to call them ropes, right? So I think it's a cool project. This is small. It fits through my gate. I can do the front. It's a nice machine to use when I'm not using a big tractor, when I need, you know, have it set up different or it's in service. The clutch is, the spring is got a lot of pressure on it. It's got a lot of travel, and I got to get used to it. And it needs to be lubricated, definitely. Pretty cool. Nice old MTD. Another one. Then this was mine, right? You know, nice little collection, and it's useful. And the seat's in decent shape. We want to get that covered too. I think there's a little crack over here, so we're going to want to put a little black RTV on that. Yeah, we're going to want to take care of this thing.